Well, thank you, Jane and John. Good evening and welcome to the program. Coming up tonight, preventing diabetes. The Australian researchers who think they have the answer. That's soon. But first, how the fur's flying over an Adelaide cat rescuer who's housing dozens of moggies in her small northern suburbs home. Felicity Purcell says what she's doing is a community service, but neighbours and those who've bought kittens from her certainly don't see it like that. They say the job should be left to our major shelters and want councils to be tougher with cat control, as Francesca Belperio reports.
It's cruel. That's not rescue, that's cruelty. You know, it should not be allowed.
It's just vindictiveness.
The cats are now housed inside in a back bedroom. They're also in crates in her kitchen and her laundry.
The cat carer's claws are out in what is literally a suburban cat fight.
I was to let them all go free. To me, that's not a rescuer.
That was said out of anger.
Over the past month, we've been inundated with complaints about a no-kill cat shelter in Adelaide's north called Flicks Cat Rescue.
I fostered 4 adult cats and 3 kittens. They all had cat flu. They were all, the mother cat with the kittens was totally emaciated, like skin and bone. There was nothing on her whatsoever.
Devastating. It was absolutely devastating. Just to know that they both weren't going to come home. But one was gone and the other one would be by that night.
Aideen Robertson purchased 2 kittens from Flicks Rescue Facebook page and was assured they were immunised and healthy. But she was forced to spend $1,600 on vet bills trying to save them. Even so, within weeks, they died.
I had 2 kittens that never got desexed, never got microchipped. All of their vaccinations were paid for by myself and their carer. When I contacted Flick to let her know what had happened, I never even heard a response. I never even got a "I'm sorry to hear of your loss" or anything.
I think her intentions were good to start with, and now she's just in over her head.
Tani Trenton and Kay Boyd were feline foster carers and volunteered for Flicks. Both quit after becoming concerned that the kitties weren't being properly cared for.
She then proceeded to tell me that she was just going to put them all to sleep.
So this here that was said on Facebook, you've said here, I have nowhere for them, they're all dying anyway.
That's because that particular lady, Kay, her animals were extremely neglected and ill. I've got nothing to hide from you. I'm happy to show you what I do and who I am.
Keen to clear her name, Flicks creator Felicity Purcell invited us into her cattery.
This is obviously my living area. This is some of my cats and some of the rescues.
So these are the healthy cats, are they?
Yeah.
How many would you have just roaming?
7 of my own, about another 7 rescues, so probably about 14.
14 cats roaming. Gosh, it's a busy house, run by cats.
And there were more in the back bedrooms.
So any of the cats that aren't 100% healthy or ready to go or have some sort of issue, and they're all in this room so we can keep it maintained and controlled.
In total, 32 cats living under one roof in one small house, and 100 cats in total being cared for by her foster carers. While there's certainly a whiff in the air, Felicity says she's doing nothing illegal, instead providing a service to the community by rescuing strays from the streets, and the council allows it.
Is it legal to keep this many cats in your house? I mean, 32 cats.
In the Salisbury Council, there is no limit. We work with the council quite regularly. I've had to apply to have this many cats.
Some South Australian councils like Mitcham and Playford have introduced cat bylaws, restricting the number of felines per household to 2. That doesn't apply in the Salisbury Council district. However, cat carer Kay lives in Elizabeth and houses 13 feline friends, 11 more than she's legally allowed.
I started off only taking on 1 at a time, but all in all towards the end I had approximately 55 or so. Some of them may have been better off at the Animal Welfare League or RSPCA.
They are just vindictive troublemakers who obviously have nothing better to do with their time and just want to spread or over-exaggerate rumours.
So you admit, though, that some of the cats haven't been desexed when you've given them out?
The youngest ones, yes, but we are catching up on them.
Salisbury Council told us they were still negotiating cat numbers and care at Flicks and had received complaints from neighbours about the cat smell. Playford Council says they're also working with Kay on her cat numbers. Elizabeth Park vet Gary Stevens commends the Northern cat shelters, including Flicks, and says it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
We do a lot of desexing, a lot of immunisation from them. They get in cats that are in a very poor condition. They generally nurse them back to health.
The alternative is to hand strays into the RSPCA or the Animal Welfare League, but there's no guarantee the creatures won't be put down.
I think people are too quick to run these centres down without thinking for a moment of the good that they do.
Yeah, I'm a cat woman. I'm not a crazy cat woman like some people might say, but I'm a cat woman, yes.
And the RSPCA says it has visited both Flicks and Kay's home but found no breaches of the Animal Welfare Act. Francesca Belperio with that report. Now, how the concept of saving for a rainy day, or for anything else that matter, has been lost on a generation of big spenders. Evidence is growing that we've become a nation hooked on spending, not saving. And as David Richardson reports, it's being driven